My name's Jeb, and I grew something fun in my garage this winter.
It started in October. A quest for winter tomatoes. Tents are great for growing plants indoors. They overcome a lot of the challenges of indoor growing. So indoors we've got lights, fans, and other equipment. Now we have something to hang them off of. We're using artificial light. It's mostly coming from the top. So the tent is covered with reflective material, and that helps get light to the bottom of the plant. So plants don't like to be too dry. It's dry in winter. Going to retain some humidity. I'm using a kind LED, an LED fixture. One of the great things about this is relatively low power usage. It's not as big an advantage in winter, but it's less heat to manage. I can ventilate the tent with just a little clip fan. I'm using a super soil. It's called Kind Soil. Trying it out. The idea is in your grow bag you're going to have a hot soil at the bottom. Lots of guano and chicken meal and whatever. And then the upper portion I'm using this COCO LOCO, which is a relatively neutral mix. It doesn't have a lot of salts in it. So when the plant's young and it doesn't need a lot of nutrients, it won't get burned. And then later, the roots will go down and get in the kind soil. That's the idea. The reality probably is those roots get down there so early. So it's kind of a balancing act. The nice thing with a soil like this is if you're a beginner, you set it up, and then you just need to water. That's the idea. You're not constantly dosing the plants with nutrients, fish fertilizer, and other things. The instructions on the mix say use 1 pound per gallon of your container. These are 3-gallon grow bags, so I need to use 3 pounds of mix. The problem is the mix comes pretty dry. So I put in 3 pounds and it seemed like way too much. So I moistened it. I think you're supposed to use the dry weight because this stuff is nasty when it gets wet. So with this soil setup, you got to do something for your seedlings. Seedlings have enough energy in the seed, usually to get a moderately sized secondary leaf. After that, they need to start getting something from the soil or water. This company has instructions for using a cup, and you put a little kind soil at the bottom and some of your neutral mix on top. I just dug down like, 3 inches. Put a little handful of the hot mix, and we'll find out if it's enough to get the seedling going. I think it's going to be fine. Tomato roots grow really fast. That's what I've observed from hydroponics. These pot lifters will help with drainage and also keep the bag from sitting on the cold floor.
Alright, you're filming. Alright, you're gonna watch me cut. Do not drop the phone, okay? Alright. What do we need to cut in here?
I can see you back there.
Alright, look at that.
So I'm pruning these to one stem. They would grow way too big. Way too big if I let them go wild. I'm also pruning off the exhausted leaves. The plants aren't getting enough nutrients, that's obvious. I should have put all 3 pounds of the soil in. I did tap a little at the start for pollination, and I did that for like 3 times and then I got bored. So I'm slowly moving the light up as the plants progress. We're getting to the top, so we're going to start getting creative. Eventually it's just going to be strapped to the top bar. So every good grow should be. It does push air out the top to cool it. So I need a couple inches, but it's not hot in here, so it's not a big worry. So I am going to address the deficiency issues I'm running into. If I wasn't demoing this soil, I would just throw some hydroponic nutrients in there. These things would fire right up. If you wanted to be organic, you could use fish fertilizer, kelp, something that's immediately available. But I'm not going to do that. I'm going to top dress with the kind soil. And it is hot, so I'm going to make a handful of the COCO mix to protect the stem. And then I'm just top dressing as much as I can. I'm putting it on dry, and I'm going to have to water carefully several times to get it to moisten up. That's fine. So the 2 on the left, they're going to get the top dress. The 2 on the right are going to get nothing. They're still struggling for nutrients, especially nitrogen, and I was thinking, is there some flaw with this kind soil? Like, it needs warm temps, or it needs more time to rot? And then I realized who they're making this soil for. It's for the cannabis growers. And a lot of those people don't like a lot of nitrogen in their plants. You know, they like to flush their plants and all that stuff. So they're probably happy to see that there's not enough nitrogen. And there's lots of flowers. That's weird because I was seeing a phosphorus deficiency too. But there's a lot of flowers. I don't know if they put something in there,